Hello guys, so I'm going to be doing a quick review of the Samsung Galaxy S5. Now, this phone is a couple of years old. It came out in April 2014, so it's not the newest of phones, but it's still pretty good for the specs. In regards to the specs, it's really a pretty good phone, supposing the age, and I thought I would just do a review of it and show you around the phone, and I think it's definitely still a really good option because the price of this has really gone down now, and it's definitely a good option if you want a phone that's not too expensive and still has some pretty good specs and has some pretty good performance. So firstly, let's just have a quick look around the phone. So we've got the full 1080p screen here, 5.1 inch. It's HD Super AMOLED, so it's a really nice vibrant screen. As you can see, the colours are really nice, and it's just a really nice vibrant screen. I've got the Fingerprint Scanner, which is hit or miss. I'm not too bothered about Fingerprint Scanner, but there we go. We've got the capacitive buttons here. We've got the recent apps and we've got the back button and recent apps button. We've also got sensors and the front-facing camera. That's a 2.1 megapixel front-facing camera. Samsung logo, obviously, and the speaker grill. We've also got a volume rocker on the left-hand side here. We've got this sort of this nice effect of the chrome coloured plastic on the side, which I think looks quite nice. Supposing it's plastic, it's it's not exactly the nicest feeling. It's not particularly good quality, and it's quite easy to chip. As you can see, I've got a little chip on there. Also got a little chip on there, but it's definitely not too bad. We've also got a infrared blaster on the top there, which I really like to have. It's a really nice thing to have if you don't want to keep picking up your remote control or something like that. You can just use this as your remote for your TV or something. Also got the 3.5mm headphone jack, the USB 3.0 port behind the flap because this has got IP67 certification. So as you can see, USB 3.0. So yeah, just cover the flap up there. We've also got the microphone on there, and another microphone just there next to the infrared. We've also got a 60 megapixel rear facing camera and a heart rate monitor and a flash. This is the white model. As you can see, it's got the dimpled effect of the back cover. We've also got, what did I say? Did I say about the camera? I probably did. We've also got the mono speaker there with the little raise so to stop it getting muffled on a table. We've also got I sort of said about the home button, and yeah, that's about it really on the actual physical device. And let's just have a look at the interface itself. So we've got the already mentioned 1080p 432 ppi 5.1 inch Super AMOLED display, which is a really nice vibrant display that I think is still perfectly acceptable when it comes to screen quality, because a lot of people would probably think it's quite old, so screen resolution isn't going to be that great, but 1080p is perfectly fine for what most people need. Because I mean, I got this for £180 in game used, which it's in pretty good condition. It's just got a little chip along here and a couple of little scratches and a little chip up here, but apart from that, it's in really good condition. So yeah, let me just type in my code here. So yeah, we have the main menu, the main sort of the home screen basically. So we've got the widgets, you know how Samsung works with all of its widgets and everything like that. We've got we can put as many apps or anything like that you want on here. So go to the recent apps drawer, you've got all your apps. It's really smooth, as you can see. It's a really nice smooth interface. I think that it's definitely smoother than I would have thought it would be, supposing this is a couple of years old, but it's really nice and smooth, because this is running Android oops, just don't turn off that, Android 5.0.2, which is a little bit older than I thought it would have been. I think a lot of these are getting updated to 6.0 Marshmallow, but this is the S5 Plus model, so this might be getting it a bit later, I'm not sure about that. This is the one with the Snapdragon 805 quad-core 2.5 GHz, with a slightly different graphics chip, and yeah, that's really all that's different with the normal S5. So as you can see, you've got the recent apps, so you can either swipe them away, you can click the X like that, or you can just close all by clicking that button. You've also got the heart rate monitor, which I've already mentioned, and if you go to the S Health app, which I don't really use a lot, I just use it for the step counter, which is quite accurate. You can measure your heart rate, your stress levels. Not quite sure what the running part is, but I haven't tried that out yet. Water, so you can just add water. That's pretty simple stuff, and some other bits and pieces. So yeah, that's quite a nice little app there, which I definitely think adds some features to the phone. Battery life on this is pretty good. I can sometimes get about a full day out of it from moderate to medium usage, which I think is pretty good, because supposing it's got a 2800 mAh battery, which isn't particularly a huge battery, supposing the size of the phone. But yeah, I think that's it's got pretty good battery life. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the battery and how it lasts. It's also got other features like OK Google. As you can see, you can activate Google that way. OK Google, what's the weather like today in London?
Today's forecast for London is 23 degrees and partly cloudy.
So yeah, as you can see, that's pretty quick. I mean, it did have a bit of a delay there, but overall I think that's a pretty good little feature that I definitely do like having that, so you can just say OK Google or such and such, and it will just work pretty well, and it's pretty quick. So I'm quite impressed with that part about this phone. So yeah, we've also got some other features like S Voice. Let's try out S Voice. It's not particularly, I don't use S Voice a lot because it's not really worth using personally. What's the weather like today in London?
The sun's in and out today.
So yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty nifty little app there, but it's nothing that is too special. But yeah, so that's that. It's got 2 gigs of RAM, which does allow you to obviously it's not amazingly high. A lot of phones do come with more than 2 gigs nowadays, but this is actually still it's quite a decent amount of RAM, I think, anyway. And it can do quite a lot of multitasking and all the rest of it, so I think that 2 gigs is more than enough for this kind of phone. Obviously you've got Pokemon Go on there, why not? And yeah, the game performance on this is really pretty good. Let's try loading up an intensive application. Let's go for YouTube and see how quick that is. So yeah, as you can see, that was pretty good. That was pretty quick. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the speed of this phone, and it does tend to load up things really quite quick. But yeah, so overall, a really nice phone that really seems to work pretty well. If I get the camera, I can quickly show you the camera. Here's some photos here. Okay guys, so as you can see in those pictures, the camera's pretty good when it's in good lighting conditions. When the lighting is a little bit when the lighting is not quite as good, it does tend to get a little bit grainy and it's not quite as nice quality. But when it's in good lighting, it does tend to be quite good, and that's what I like about that camera. But it's a shame about the lower light conditions. But there we go. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button please, and subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this. And thanks for watching.